Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. I hope you're all fine. So we'll begin the class shortly. All right. So in this class, first of all, let me introduce you since I believe this is our first class, right? So I am Praneeth, right? I'll be taking up English and communication skills with you for this semester, right? And we'll try to work on what is more, useful and practical for you in terms of spoken skills or written skills of English language, right? So to begin with, I really want to keep things very simple. ठीक है, कुछ मैं ऐसा नहीं है कि I'll give you a lot of assignments or anything or something very time consuming. I really think that learning a language should be a fun task. You should enjoy that activity, and that is why you would be encouraged to learn it more, right? So I hope all of you are fine with this language. I'll be using English, Hindi and Punjabi for our class. So all of you are okay with that? You can send it in the chat box if that is convenient. Right? So all of you are fine with English. In case you do not understand anything, you are most welcome to point it out and ask. Right? And I'll try to clarify it for you. So for this class, I believe just it's the beginning, right? So we can start with you guys introducing yourself. All right. So I'll give you a few minutes. You are most welcome to write it down if that is convenient. You are most welcome to just speak impromptu without any preparation if that is what you like, right? It is totally up to you, but you have to introduce yourself. So that would include, what you think is most appropriate. I am meeting you guys for the first time, so how you would want to introduce yourself, right? Just a brief introduction. I need 4 to 5 sentences. Or you can also imagine, let's say I'm interviewing you. You are appearing for an interview, and this is the first question I ask. Introduce yourself, right? So prepare few sentences accordingly, and then we can begin listening to from you one by one. And also one more thing, since Zoom meeting is only for 40 minutes and we have 2 lectures. So once this lecture ends, we'll take a break of 2-3 minutes and I'll start the meeting again and you all will join in again. All right? So bache, take your time, prepare an introduction, and then we can begin to listen to that one by one. So is anybody prepared with their introduction? Or do you need a few more minutes? So who will go first? May I start with the list I have here of the participants? All right, so let's start with Ayush. Ayush, am I audible to you?
Hello.
Yes, Ayush,
Hello.
good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
So have you prepared the introduction?
I am Ayush Kumar, and I am pursuing computer science engineering right now. And um I want to become a software developer.
Right.
Um my hobbies are yoga and esports gaming. That's
Okay, that was well done. Right. So you can just be a bit more loud next time. Right. Bit more
okay, ma'am.
loud and energetic. Right. Otherwise,
Okay,
that was very brief and that was to the point. It was a good introduction. All right.
okay.
So let's move to Abhishek. Your roll number ends with 162.
हाँ जी मैम.
Chalo, Abhishek, yes, please.
Good morning. Good morning, ma'am. First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Abhishek, and I am basically from Punjab. I did my plus two from New Saint Soldier Public School from Jalandhar. Um my hobby is listening to music and singing a song.
All right.
Mm, uh, there are four members in my family: my father, mother, and my brother. Uh, बस.
All right. So that was also well done. Right? You can tell me, otherwise, just to elaborate, you can talk about your, let's say, interests or something else that you might have done, let's say, in your school, something exceptional. Right? So when you're introducing yourself for the interview, simply वैसे let me tell you the in the interview why is the first question your introduction because the person who is interviewing you wants to know you, right? No doubt he or she has your CV there right in front of the table. But even then they want to know what is your perspective of your own self, right? So this is why what you include in the introduction tells a lot about your perspective and your nature, right? So yes, you can introduce, you should start by your name, you can tell about your hometown, about your job experience, previous job experience. Till then you might have, job experience or training experience, something like that. All right, so we have another Abhishek, I believe, roll number 163. Okay, and there is 164 as well. All right, so 163, why don't you introduce yourself, Abhishek?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
My name is Abhishek. I am basically from Haryana, and I have completed my plus two from Police TV Public School. And my interests are in doing yoga, playing basketball, playing guitar, and also reading books. And nowadays, I am getting more into coding also, as my course is computer science engineering, and learning new languages. Like I'm also having interest in learning new languages, and now I have started learning Spanish also from YouTube.
All right, that was
And
interesting.
thank you.
So that was all?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So yes, that is also interesting that you like learning new languages, you like reading books, right? So make sure whatever hobbies you mention, they are actually your hobbies, right? You don't need to lie at that point just to impress the interviewer, right? So if you told me that yes, you love reading books, what kind of books do you read, Abhishek?
Ma'am, nowadays I am reading. First, I started with comic books, so my interest get more enhanced in reading. I am not having that much interest in reading, so first I started with interesting books like comic books. Nowadays I
Right.
am reading like self-development books.
All right. So self-development, self-improvement, books for self-help, right? Okay, that's
Yes, ma'am.
interesting. So yes, that was a good introduction. Let's move to the next person here. I think another Abhishek is there in the class 164. I did read the name in the list, but that person is not here anymore, I believe. So let's move to the next one. Others, 165.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, my name is Raj. I am from Fagwara. My hobby is coding. That's why I have selected BTech CSE for my career setter. In my free time, I love to read books. At at the time when I was in school, I was a social worker. Last year, I was a COVID volunteer in the lockdown. Now, now due to college studies, I have left everything, but reading books is still going on. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, so that is good. So you are quite into social service, right? So that's interesting and that's quite noble of you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's move on to Ajay Jeet Kaur.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
My name is Ajit Kar and I love to do adventures and has a passion of listening music and love to study. And I always remember my aim and so working harder to achieve that in my life. And I always believe in making less friends but the best person's my friend. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, that was wonderful. So yes, a few of you did ask me about the book, that the reference book you are supposed to buy. So I did discuss it with the HOD, and what we have come to know so far is that there might not be a single book for you. Till the time we can, recommend the best possible book for you, I'll be sharing all my lecture PPTs with you, right, in the form of PDFs. In case I have any material which might be of help to you related to what work we do in the lab, right, in the lab class, I will share the same with you as well. And don't be in a hurry, don't be anxious to get a book right away, right? Till that time, we have a book which is best for you. You can revise the lecture PPTs. Or you can even go ahead, browse on your own, find sources online and see what is relevant for you, right? Till the time we do not have a book, I would suggest that yes, internet is your friend. Use all the possible online sources. Other than that, I am going to share all the lecture PPTs as well. We might, even they might be enough for you. You might not need a book at all. But in case you are the sort who will feel more confident if you have a book, reference book as well, I'll let you know as soon as I get to know of a good book, right? So let's move further. So after Ajayjeet, let's hear. I'll share the syllabus with you all as well. Okay? In the group, I'll share that PDF of syllabus. So that will clarify things. Other than that, to tell you briefly, yes, you mostly have writing skills and grammar. There is no literature for you, right? So I'll make a note of sharing the syllabus in the group as well and the lecture PPTs. So let's move further. So next, let's hear from Amandeep, 167.
Hello.
Good morning,
Uh,
Amandeep.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Amandeep. I am 20 years old, and my hobby is to watch Hollywood movies. And especially, I'm a big fan of Marvel comics. And I did my plus two from DSSD, like Sodal Road, and currently I am studying in Albert Khalsa School and Khalsa College of Engineering and doing my graduation from there. And I am natural to all. I don't like to fake to all. Thank you.
All right. So that was good too, Amandeep. However, if you could be a bit slow, we would have understood you better, right? Don't get, I know being nervous while you're speaking is natural, right? Even in the interview, if you imagine yourself, sitting right there are 3 or 4 panelists sitting right in front of you. You are nervous, so much depends on this interview. All these factors, they're playing at the back of your mind, right? So a bit of nervousness is natural. However, try to take a deep breath before you speak and speak slowly so that the other person can understand you. हमारी टेंडेंसी होती है to speak very fast when we are nervous because we want to get over with it at the earliest, right? But don't worry, that is not the case. The panelists or the interviewers, they also understand you. They expect you to be nervous. So it's okay if you are a little nervous. However, do not let that affect the way you speak. Right? So you try to speak slowly and say each word clearly so that the other person can understand you. All right. So Amandeep, that was a good effort. Now let's hear from Anu. Anu Gupta, 170 roll number.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Myself, Anu Gupta. I'm studying in BTech second semester in Raipur Khalsa College of Engineering, Jalandhar. I'm from Bihar, but currently staying in Punjab, in Amarnagar, Jalandhar. I belong to a joint family. I'm a disciplined person. I believe in God. My hobbies are playing badminton and painting when I am free. My short-term goal is to get a job in a reputed company, and my long-term goal is to achieve a good position where I can build my career. Thank you.
All right, that was wonderfully said, right? So yes, you did mention a bit about your family, your schooling, your background, and also your aim, right? So that was a good introduction. Let's hear from Anu Mishra. Am I audible to you, Anu Mishra?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
All right, good morning.
My name is Anu Mishra, and I am from Jalandhar, and I am first a student from Raipur Khalsa College at Technical Campus, and my hobbies is listening to music, reading the book, and I also love playing the games. And my dream is I will settle from Bangalore with a good job, and I love the travels. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, so you love to travel, and in your life you want to settle in Bangalore and work there, right? Since it's the IT hub.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So yes, that's a very clear thing on your part. You're quite clear what you want to do ahead and where you want to settle, right? So that kind of clarity in students of your age is commendable. So that was well done, Anu. Let's now hear
Yes, thank you,
from
ma'am.
Arun Bhardwaj, right? 155.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
My name is Arun Bhardwaj. I'm from Jammu, Udhampur district, and I did my 12th class from Government High Secondary School, Chunta. And my hobby is to listening English presentation, and my family members are 5, and my aim is Shivanjini. And thank you, ma'am.
All right, that was a good effort, right? So let's move to Aryan.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
My name is Aryan from Juhura near Chalang. My village name is Juhura from Jalandhar to Pathankot Road. And my hobby is playing video game and explore internet more and more. And I am also nature lover. I want to become a successful man in my life. And I and I always take difficult tasks in my life and live in present. I passed my 12th and 11th class from Government Senior Secondary School, Kuda, near Dasua. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So yes, Aryan, that was well done. Now let's move to Atul Sharma.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, my name is Atul Sharma. My name is Atul Sharma. I'm from Hoshiarpur. I did my plus two from Tripura Public School. My hobby is to play cricket, watching movies, listening music. Ma'am, my aim is to become software engineer. That's why I've choose a BTech. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So let's move to Chandan. Chandan, am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
So introduce yourself.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning. I'm Chintan. There are 6 members in my family. We are 3 siblings. In the last year, in the year 2018, I had passed my matriculation exam in Punjab board, which scored 80% marks. After that, I had passed my intermediate in the last year 2020, which scored 80% marks. And my hobby is to play cricket, listen music, and much more. And from the last 5 to 6 years, I love to play computers. So I chose to do BTech in computer science. And my aim of life is to become a software developer. That's all about me, ma'am.
All right, well done. So let's move to Daljit. Daljit, am I audible to you? Daljit, am I audible to you? All right, let's move to the next person. Gurjinder.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
First of all, many thanks to giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. Myself, Gurjinder Singh from Bhopur. I am 18 years old. There are 5 members in my family: my father, mother, and my sister, me, and my grandmother. My hobbies are internet browsing, playing indoor games, listening old songs, and watch movies. I want to be a successful web and app developer. My strengths are self-confidence and positive attitude. Thanks, ma'am.
All right, that was well done. So Gurjot Singh.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
My name is Gujo Singh. I am currently doing BTech from Raipur Khasa College, and my hobbies are watching movies, playing video games, and my aim is to be a game developer. And I live in a joint family, and I am a positive thinker. That's all. Thank you,
All
ma'am.
right, that was very well done. And I must say that you use the correct form of tense, right? So this is also for others. You know, whenever you're talking about your hobby, so your hobby is reading books, listening to music, watching movies, right? Or you can say that I like to watch movies, I like to read in my free time, right? So make sure you use the correct tense there, right? The correct verb form there. If you want, I can take a very short lecture, in sometime whenever we are meeting next for the lab, right? I'll just take a very short lecture and revise all the tenses with you so that you know where to use which tense in a correct manner, right? So let's move further now. Here from Gurleen.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Firstly, thank you to giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. Myself, Gurleen. I am studying in BTech CSE in Khalsa College. My aim is to play badminton and listen music in free time. And my aim is to be a software engineer, so that's why I'm choosing this computer science. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So that was a good effort. Let's hear from Harjot.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Harjot.
Ma'am, I am Harjot. I am 18 years old. I am from Jalandhar. I want to become a software engineer. That is why I choosing this course, BTech CSE. I like to play football. My hobbies are listening to music, reading books, watching movies. I belongs to a nuclear family. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Another thing I would like to point out, with I pronoun, we always use the plural form of the verb. No doubt I is for a single person. However, English language is full of exceptions to its own rules. So with I, you always say I like to read. Okay, I belong. And we don't use I belongs. We don't use the singular form of the verb. We use the plural form. All right. So let's move
Okay,
on
ma'am.
to, right. Similarly, make sure with they, we always say we say, right? We don't say we says. Similarly, we belong, never we belongs. S beta, verb ke piche, it is used with singular pronoun or when you are talking about a single person. All right. So just a tip to correct, for speaking correct language, correct English. So now let's move to Har Kamal. Good morning, Har Kamal.
Last year, I have done my standard from school. I belongs to a Tanda city, which is located on the national highway in between Pathankot and Jalandhar Road. I belong to a joint family. My hobbies are listening to music, reading books, and traveling abroad. I want to be successful in my life. That's all.
Kamal, could you repeat the whatever you said in the last sentence? I couldn't hear it. I believe there might be some network issue. Could you write it in the chat for me? You can mention it in the chat if that is convenient. And till that time, we can move to the next person. So, Harkamal, whatever I could hear clearly, that was well said, right? Again, but make sure you don't say I belongs. All right, so you did say it correctly in one sentence. And you added S in the first one. So let's move further to Harmandeep Kaur.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
I'm Harmandeep Kaur, and I am doing my bachelor's in computer science at Lalpur Khalsa College of Engineering, and I want to pursue my MTech at USA, as my dad is residing in US, and I want to be a full stack developer. In this field, full stack developer is like uh, full stack developer is engineer who can handle all the work of databases, servers, system engineering, and clients. And my hobbies are listening to the music and reading books. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So what kind of books do you like to read?
Ma'am, actually, I want to like to read religious books.
Oh, so you
As my
like to
dad is
read.
priest, so
All right. So you prefer reading books about religion or spirituality.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's wonderful. Right. So that was a good effort, Harmandeep. Right. So let's hear from her Simran Kaur next.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
My name is Harsimran Kaur and I am from Hoshiarpur. I love to dance, sing, and I believe that one should not depend on particular thing. That just like I don't want to only be an engineer and do job, earn money. That's all. But I want to do everything in my life. I want to enjoy my life and make it memorable for me. That's it.
All right. That is a good, spirit about how you want to spend your life. That yes, a person should not be limited to just a single role of working, right? It should be more than
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
So now next in line would be Ishant.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Ishant.
My name is Ishan Sharma. I am 19 years old. My hometown is Jalandhar. I'm a sports person.
Right.
I'm a volleyball player and I love to roam with my friends in my free time and do the things that scares me the most. And as as a CSE student, I want to get a repetitive position in this field in future.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. That was a good effort. So after Ishant, we have Kavardeep. Kavardeep.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Myself, Kanwardeep Singh. My hometown is Jalandhar, and currently I am pursuing my higher studies in computer science. And my favorite hobby is to play basketball, and my leisure time activities is to listen to music and watch some Netflix series.
All right. So which Netflix series are you watching these days?
Ma'am, Money Heist and Arrow and ma'am, Stranger Things.
All right. So that's good, interesting series, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that was a good effort, Kanwardeep, right?
Thank you, ma'am.
Let's hear from Lovepreet next.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
My name is Lovepreet. I have done my 10 plus 2 examination from Government Girls Senior Secondary School, Nehru Garden, Jalandhar. My hobby is listening music and watching thriller movies. Thanks, ma'am.
All right. So that was quite short and sweet from your side, right? So, students, I'll take a break here since the meeting is about to end, right? And we'll meet again in 5 minutes. I believe even you need certain break in between two consecutive classes, right? So take your time, have water, right? Just give your eyes some rest. We are all, staring at the screen the whole time, right? And we'll commence the class again at 10:30. and that will be, a chance for others to introduce yourself, right? And I'll share some pointers in the end of the next class about how you can make your introduction more interesting and better. All right. So I'm ending the meeting here. Let's meet again within 5 minutes.